Hey, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing his word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right. Again, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom to the sincere Akwat, the sisters as well that are out there as well in these times. All right. So I'm in this parking lot waiting. Got a few minutes to spare, which is good for me because I wanted to do this lesson in the spirit. We're just going to build off of the subject matter at hand. As you can see from the thumbnail, basically America has a recruitment issue, which if you've been following along over the last several years, you have an idea of this anyway. And, I'm sitting in this parking lot and, you got the good old fashioned American flag flying in the background, so I said, hey, let's just speak on this subject matter of why America is experiencing this, right? And it's several different reasons, but it's not going to pan out well for Babylon, right? Now, I don't have my other phone or my sword in here either, right? But we're just going to go and I'll quote the scriptures to the best of my ability, dealing with this subject matter, right? So first things first, let's start. We got to go back, in history to understand what led us to this place in 2024, where people aren't so willing to just sign up for the military and fight, all right? Because it just didn't get to this place. This is look at the flag. This is America. This is the quote unquote, the best country in the world, and and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how did this happen? How does a country get to a place where the support is no longer there? All right, and I'm just going to give you some things that I've seen over the years, going back to my youth, historical points as well. Okay, so again, let's quote in the scriptures, Proverbs 29:2. When the wicked are in rule, the people mourneth, but when the righteous are in rule, the people rejoice. Right? The people aren't willing and able and gun-ho to just hop up and be shipped away from their family or lack of family. And that's a big thing too. That is a very big thing too, is the lack of family. See, I'm 38 years old, right? We're in the year 2024 going into 2025. So going on, what is that, 24 years ago was 9/11, 2001. I was in the 10th grade, right? I was in the 10th grade when that occurred. And people were, when that happened, when those towers went down, that created a high level of patriotism amongst the American people. It didn't matter the color, just American people, black people, white people, everybody in America at that moment, for the most part, was extremely patriotic. They were enraged, hurt, bothered, and at that moment, the support of the people was at an all-time high. I can remember, if you were about my age or you were alive, because the reason I'm talking about this as well is you got people today that are adults in their early 20s that weren't born 9/11/01. That's how time has moved by. We're looking at almost 20, over 20 years ago that event occurred. So, like I said, when the wicked are in rule, the people mourneth. That moment of time rallied the people up in a way that the American government could never. Think about it. Okay? Big ass hawk flew by. You had rappers, I don't know. Again, I'm speaking from a 38-year-old. I'm speaking from a point of youthfulness. If you remember, but if you probably don't, if you're younger than, if you're not in your 30s or late 30s at this point. But there was a rapper named Cannabis. Cannabis was so moved by, I'm using him as an example, was so moved by 9/11. This guy was a rapper, and he joined the military to go fight for his country. This is what happened over 20 years ago. These type of things occurred over 20 years ago, right? So the patriotism was at an all-time high because people believed that it was a duty. They had a duty to their country because they believe, if I do the right thing by supporting and fighting for my country will do the right thing for me. Fast forward, and that just off of that point alone, these people don't believe that no more. Because if you were of 18 and older, let's just say you were 18 in 2001. Today you are in your early 40s, mid 40s at this point. So technically speaking, you're not even of a military age anymore. Younger millennials and Gen Z have sat back, they grew up, they watched all of this, they seen the people be taken fully advantage of by these government entities. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you remember as with Shalom. Hey, how about Shemiel Shabarakatah? I'm pretty sure you remember. We've seen this happen. We've seen this peak of patriotism. It peaked in the early 2000s. This is where people were flying around with their American flags, Budweiser beer cans with the flag on it. Everybody was, niggas was wearing, USA colored Air Force Ones and jerseys, and the diplomats, remember Jewels and all of them wearing the American flag colored clothes. Everybody was full of patriotism in the early 2000s. Look at what's happened over the last 20 years. So that's one element. And now the scriptures speak about the things that disturbs the Lord. The Lord says he hates to see, in Sirach, he hates to see basically a warrior, a soldier that is in poverty, right? We've been ingesting all of this information over the last 20 years of the amount of veterans that are homeless, the amount of veterans and military men that unalive themselves by the second here in this country. What parts of this is attractive to, said, a 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old, somebody that's now entering into their 30s that say, hey, I want to go join the U.S. military, man. I want to go fight for my country, for my freedom, for the freedom of my people. See, in ancient times, and this is why this place is not going to survive a a war front. Because see, in other countries, these BRIC countries, they are gathering together, these Russians, these Iranians, these, you name it, all of the countries that are unified under the BRICS, right? They are coming from war-torn countries, right? So with that being said, the same 20-year-old that is in another country, like it has seen war fronts, has seen what war has done, has lost family members to these wars around the world. America, as the scriptures speak about, what is that in the book of Ezekiel? It speaks about, matter of fact, Ezekiel, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is America is considered the virgin daughter of Babylon, but it's also considered a whore? What does the virgin part mean? The virgin of, not virgin like an aversion, but a virgin, virgin. Why is America considered a virgin in the scriptures? This place has been untouched as far as war from the from outside. This place has had internal wars, civil wars, the French American War, the British American War, the Spanish American War, but it's never had Iran or Japan or any of these places attack this place. Of course, one could say, well, Pearl Harbor. No, I'm talking about the intercontinental continent of America being attacked by an outside source has never happened. Scriptures speak about this being an unwalled village, right? So this place has never been attacked. So the other places have been attacked, and they have had to adjust and deal with it. It's a different pain. Look, it's a different pain when you lost your children, or you lost your mother or your father or siblings or your family members who are war. That'll charge you up to say, man, I want some get back. That's what's happening. That's why these other countries are beating their plowshares into weapons of war. Because they've already lost. They've already experienced these losses and aren't afraid to experience them more. That's not the case with these so-called Americans, these Babylonians. So let's go to the next point I want to touch on. Family. See, in ancient worlds and other parts of the country, and other parts of the world, the family is the biggest, most important part of the culture. For instance, Russia pays its citizens like a bonus for creating large families. Gaddafi, what was Libya, was very big on pushing forward the family, because a country or a society is only as good as its family structure. America has done nothing over the last 20 plus years specifically but destroy the family structure of America. The nucleus of American families are cooked. Nobody protects the family. If you're a heterosexual man and woman with a family with children in America today, you are looked at like you are how countries around the world look at homosexual families. Ain't that something? So there's no families. Men were willing to go to war and die in war for their family, for their lineage. Great movie. Spart, the 300, right? Leonidas and those men were willing and ready to go die in the name of protecting their family. People aren't creating families anymore in America. There are no family structures in America no more. Most men, you have this whole movements of, the MGTOW movement, men going their own way, right? Male virginity is at an all-time. Men don't feel a sense of worth is at an all-time high. Men don't feel the need. Why would a single man go die for a country that he feels doesn't give two shits about him? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight for my family. How many men over the last 20 years have seen all the horrific stories of a man get shipped off to the Middle East or somewhere around the world to fight for the United States industrial military, and his wife is at home getting power drived by some bum ass men, by some adulterous ass fucking bum. So you get shipped off, and as soon as you get shipped off, your woman, you on the plane getting shipped off, and your woman already getting piped down. This is what's happening. So why the fuck would men, I'm gonna go fight for this woman that as soon as I leave is gonna cheat on me and then collect all of my benefits and all of this to go spend on the next man? You see? Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, says this man is not a keeper at home, and his desire as hell, because all he looks at as the people as pawns and peons to be used. I think one of the mothers of the Rothschilds said years ago in a quote that basically, if my sons didn't want war, there wouldn't be war. People are waking up to these things, that war is big business. That war is a tool to line the pockets of the rich. See? So again, there are countless examples that I could touch on. I could make this video, we could go on. I'm not going to make this too long. I got to make my move. But in the spirit of it, do you get what I'm saying? In the senses of, these were important parts of what would make a man go and be ready to lay his life down. Right? The honor, the honor that came behind willing to do these things. I remember when I was younger, shit, man. After 9/11, man, come on, man. Military men were treated like celebrities. Hey, I want to, hey, I want to thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to this country. We appreciate you. Random people walking up to them, making them feel good, praising them. Now you go online recently, you got this smut whore. What's her name? Mia Khalifa, the porn star. If I could say that on, these algorithms be tripping. Was talking about how she hopes that these U.S. military soldiers end up with PTSD and get their TVs turned off, right? A woman like that should be, or a person as such should be beaten with stripes to make an example. But she's making more money than a man that's willing to go fight and die for his country. Make it make sense. What you got this? Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got women with OnlyFans getting paid more than military men. Think about that. Soldiers should be the most taken care of, pampered, praised individuals of any country for that matter, right? That's a high level position. But instead, they get treated like shit, man. And you expect them to go and sign up for a $50,000 bonus and sign over all their rights as a human to go fight for a country. See, it used to be a time in the militaries around the world and in ancient world times where, hey, like Leonidas, he led his soldiers to war as a king. That ain't happening no more. You got these Joe Bidens of the world and these decrepit Edomites sending off your sons and your daughters at this point to go fight in a war that they would never go fight in. That's what's happening. And you just expect, with all this talk of the world, that World War III is we're on the brink of World War III, and you think that these 18-year-olds and these 19-year-olds and these 20, 21-year-olds are like, yeah, I gotta go sign up. Fuck that. They realize they ain't gonna make more money playing Call of Duty. Ain't that a bitch? A nigga, a child in America can make more money and get more praise playing a video game based in war than actually a man that signs up and goes and fight in the war. This place is a joke. It was at Nahum 3:13. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open upon thine enemies, and the fire shall devour thy bars. Yeah. Part of manhood and masculinity in the world, specifically, especially in the ancient world, was your ability to be willing to die for your country. Be willing to die for we as Israelite men, be willing to die behind that. I'll die for my people and my family. I'll die for that. Women are the only ones that, no, we got to protect the women and children. Oh, and that's another point. Look at these women. Are these women out here worth dying and protecting? This is a first time in all of history where men don't give a shit about the safety and protection of women. That's an old, ancient way of thinking. If chivalry is dead, then what else is dead? Men don't give a fuck about these women. Not just us, men as a whole. But you think the American people think that men are just willing to, man, get the fuck out of here. That's a silly way of thinking. That's beautiful scripture. The gates are wide open. Gates are wide open. Hey, at the water proposal, that's it. Yep. I quoted this earlier. Ecclesiasticus 26:28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man that suffereth poverty, a man of war that suffereth poverty, and a man of understanding that's not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such as one for the sword. Right. A man of war that suffereth poverty. You think soldier? Show me a rich soldier. Soldier worth $10 million, $20 million. Then they bring your ass back over here with all kind of PTSD and effed up mentality. They done fucked your mind up, fucked your body up, fucked your trust up, and then drop your ass back off wherever you from and just tell you, oh yeah, you guys just figure it out, nigga. Goodbye. Thank you. What? We all got military men in our family, all of us. How good are they living? Are they living high off the hog? Are they living in a great place where you be like, damn, man, this is what the military, all they brag to you about is you being able to go on a military base and going to get groceries cheap. Nigga, you shouldn't have to pay for groceries. You should have a card that any grocery store you go in, your food is free. Everywhere you go, you eat free. Hell nah, but capitalism is the leading thought of this place. Making money off of you fighting their wars and dying. Crazy. So again, America's not ready. You're a fool if you think America, I don't give a damn how much naval, air, you think you gotta have a heart to the people. It's like a home court advantage, support. Right now, ain't nobody thinking about the military men. Veterans Day is a joke. Memorial Day is a joke. Memorial Day is just a day for niggas to just go and cook out and be freaks. Ain't nobody thinking about the soldiers. All right. So like I said, I'm going to close up here in a second. I just wanted to, this was a spiritual rant. The water for the precepts, for real. Because it's biblical. This is scriptural of what's coming against Babylon. Babylon doesn't have its grips on the people anymore. It doesn't have the support that it had of the people anymore. And even with this draft, because, we understand that this government is going to push for a draft. And it's going to draft your sons. It's going to draft your daughters. Okay? Hell, if it can, it's going to draft your children. 15, 13, 14-year-olds. 15-year-olds. But what the hell do you think is going to happen? You think that these people are just going to submit themselves to that? Man, niggas will go to prison before they go fight this war. You're going to have people looking to escape this country. Going to flee to Canada, flee to Mexico. People ain't about to fight in this war, even if they are drafted. And what kind of people? You got other countries where people have no problems joining the military. They understand it's part of a civil service. You draft these people and send them over there with all the anxiety and all the issues that you've created in your people by trying to keep them weak. What type of soldiers are you going to draft? You done poison the people through your vaccinations and the food, and you think they're going to be, universal soldiers? What the fuck is you thinking? This is a joke. America has no chance. So with that, I want to close up here. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here. Shalom to all you brothers, the water for tuning in, the water for the precepts. Greatly appreciated. All right. Shalom.